Once upon a time, in a quiet and picturesque village, there lived 3 little pigs. Each pig was determined to build a house of their own. They were brothers, but they had very different ideas about how to go about it. The first little pig, whose name was Percy, wanted to finish his house as quickly as possible so he could relax and play. He decided to build his house out of straw because it was the easiest and fastest material to work with. It didn't take long for him to complete his straw house, and he was soon kicking back and enjoying his free time. The second little pig, Peter, was a bit more diligent. He thought straw wasn't sturdy enough, so he chose sticks to build his house. Peter's stick house took a bit longer to construct, but he was happy with the result. He felt more secure in his stick house than Percy did in his straw one. The third little pig, Patrick, was the most careful and practical of the 3. He believed in building a strong and safe house. So, he decided to construct his house out of bricks. It was the most time-consuming and challenging option, but he was willing to put in the effort to make sure his house would withstand any threat. Now, in the same village, there lived a cunning and hungry wolf who had a reputation for gobbling up pigs. He had heard about the 3 little pigs and their houses, and he couldn't resist the idea of a delicious pork dinner. The wolf first came to Percy's straw house. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in." Percy, seeing the wolf, was frightened but tried to sound brave. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf huffed and puffed, and with one mighty blow, he blew down Percy's straw house, sending the pig running to Peter's house for safety. The wolf then went to Peter's stick house. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in." Peter, hearing about Percy's encounter, was a bit more nervous but also tried to stand his ground. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf huffed and puffed once more and, with some effort, he blew down Peter's stick house. Both Percy and Peter fled to Patrick's brick house for safety. Now, the wolf arrived at Patrick's brick house. He knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in." Patrick, who had watched the wolf's previous encounters, had no intention of letting the wolf in. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." The wolf huffed and puffed, but no matter how hard he blew, he couldn't blow down the sturdy brick house. Frustrated and realizing he couldn't get to the pigs inside, the wolf gave up and went away hungry. The 3 little pigs were relieved and grateful that Patrick's careful planning and hard work had saved them from the big bad wolf. They learned the importance of diligence and making wise choices in building their homes, and they lived happily ever after in their strong and secure brick house.